research focused on how gender dynamics function in the craft beer scene.
Craft beer itself has become this huge boom, and yet when we think about beer, we typically think of masculinity. But 40% of craft beer consumers are women. Nathaniel and I use a variety of methods. We typically focus on online research. We're interested in Reddit, Facebook groups.
When women engage in craft beer consumption, they're effectively undoing gender norms and then recreating or reperforming gender in a new masculine space. One way in which women do this is by challenging bartenders or challenging other craft beer drinkers. The bartender would hand the darker, stronger beer to the male, the lighter beer to the female, and the female would grab the beer and switch him over, and the bartender would say, oh, well, you can't drink that. That's not for you. That's going to be way too strong. At which point the female would, basically slam her beer and say, no, I can hang.
Women are 15 times more likely to be suggested a beer that's attributed to femininity, so sours or fruits, rather than being recommended a dark roasty beer or something that's considered a real beer. They're still being told that you can't drink real beer.
Women would be offered a drink repeatedly, oh no, you don't want that, sweetheart, you don't want that, honey. And reversing that on the bartender, listen, honey, I want a barrel-aged stout and I want it right now.
So there's this phone app that you can download called Untappd. It's a social media app for beer drinkers, and you can keep track of what beers you've had. And so one way that women try to prove that they know about beer, that they've had beers, is they literally can pull up the app and say, well, here's my badge.
Women were literally pulling their phone out and showing a log of all the different beers they had. It's like, I've had 300 different unique craft beers. I know craft beer. I'm not just some, girl who doesn't know what she's talking about. I think the most important thing about our research is that it shows that gender is this performative process, that we don't just perform gender in our day-to-day interactions, but we perform gender by the clothes we wear, the music we listen to, even the beer that we drink. And the more we understand about gender as a performance, the more we understand about undoing and redoing these gender norms, the more we can push towards a more inclusive society where we're more tolerant of cis, transgender differences, or we get beyond a gender binary and look at more fluid nature of gender.